Hi, and welcome to your Clairol Root Touch-Up Beauty Spotlight event. As a reminder, this event is on Sunday, October 28th from 12 to 4 p.m. local time. Today, we are going to go over everything you need to know to have a successful event, including before, during, and after the event. We'll also cover operations and sales skills. So let's jump in by talking about how to prepare for your event, starting with uniform. During the event, you want to evoke a trendy, aspirational vibe. Think about arriving to your shift camera ready. So some things your uniform should include are a solid black top, black bottoms, and closed-toed shoes. So avoid open-toed shoes, sandals, or high heels. You'll also want trendy yet simple hair and makeup, clean fingernails or cleanly polished fingernails, and your Beauty Concierge apron and Beauty Spotlight button placed on the upper right corner of your blouse, as you can see on the picture on the right. Your Beauty Concierge apron and Beauty Spotlight button will arrive in your event kit to store, so you don't need to bring any additional materials for the last two bullets there. Some things to avoid are sweatshirts and hoodies, ripped faded styles, visible bra straps, visible tattoos on the neck or sleeves, or featuring more than 3 earrings or 1 facial piercing during the event. We recommend you arrive to store at least 30 minutes early to give yourself enough time for setup. Once you arrive to store, go ahead to the beauty aisles to introduce yourself to the Beauty Concierge, as he or she will be able to help you the most out of anyone in store. Next, the Beauty Concierge can take you over to guest services, where there you can sign into your vendor log, and the Beauty Concierge will also introduce you to the Target Leader on Duty, or LOD for short. Your LOD will be able to help you with many things during the event, but most importantly, your LOD will assist with locating your event kits. They'll also be able to help pull all inventory from the back of the store used as sellable inventory. Once you check in, it's time to locate your event kit. Your LOD and Beauty Concierge can assist with locating your kit. You will be able to identify the kit by the following. It'll be in a box with hot pink tape. It'll also have a white or a pink label on the box identifying what the event is for, as you can see on the right. After working with your LOD or Beauty Concierge and you still cannot locate your demo kit, please alert your main point of contact as soon as possible, and they'll be able to provide next steps. Once you locate your event kit, it's time to locate your stock. Keep in mind, all of your demo products and event supplies will arrive in your event kit. The only products you'll need to pull from the shelves are your display products. You can see our complete lineup of demo products and your display products on the right. You can ask your LOD to assist with pulling the inventory from the back. If you're having any trouble locating any of your products, please ask Target to check their system to confirm they have these items in store and share the DPCI codes you can see listed on the right. You'll also have a copy of these codes listed in your product guide. Also, please count your inventory on shelf specific to the event and record it in your event report. You can see a complete list of all your products you'll need to count on shelf on the right. We have a couple different tables being used across event stores, so some stores may look a little differently. You will have one table for the event, and we have 3 different variations. Counter A are Target Beauty tables. These are reserved prior to the event with Target Corporation. Counter B is Beauty Concierge counters, and Counter C are temporary corrugated tables. If your location has table number C, they will arrive in a flat cardboard box, and they need to be popped together during setup. They are very easy to pop together. Just make sure you give yourself enough time during setup to have the counter ready to go at start time. Speaking of your counter, it'll be very important to set up your event table exactly as you see listed in your product guide. On the right, you can see a sneak peek of what your counter should look like. You'll have the complete instructions on how to set up your counter in your product guide. Please do not merchandise your counter with any products or decorations not listed in the product guide. You'll also have Clairol signage, which will be placed on your easel and placed on the far left corner of your table, as you can see on the right. So now let's talk about what to do during the event. And before we jump into demo processes, we'll talk a little bit about why we execute beauty spotlight events and our goals behind them. Our first goal with beauty spotlight events is to increase the daily sales of the event's featured products. At the end of the day, our overall success is measured by sales, so we need to make sure that everyone in aisle is effective and consistent on delivering against that goal. Our second goal is to educate and excite target guests about the event's featured brands and products. Guests shop at Target for the store's expect more, pay less promise, and our service really elevates their shopping experience so Target becomes their preferred beauty destination. Additionally, we want to create repeat guests who will come back to Target to stock up on their new favorite items they may have discovered at our event. And finally, we want to make sure guests know about the Target Beauty Concierge program, what it is, and how they can utilize it. Remember that during the event, you are the face of the brand for the day, so we're counting on you to create a successful, engaging event for Clairol. During the event, you'll want to be either in front of your counter, actively pulling guests into consultations, or providing demonstrations. It's very important to not step away from your counter or zone the aisles during the event, which simply means walking up and down the aisles. If you are approached by a guest that is not interested in Clairol or having a demonstration, please refer them to the Beauty Concierge for a different consultation. Your focus should be on Clairol for the day. Please also know that there will be brand reps and field team visitors, so you should always be on your A game. You never know who you are having a consultation with, so give every guest your attention and blow them away with a great demo experience. Also remember that you should never speak negatively about Clairol during the event as you are representing them for the day, or suggest a competing brand. If your guest has questions about competing brands, go ahead and toss them over to the Beauty Concierge for that larger conversation. Here is a snapshot of our Clairol Root Touch-Up event. At this event, we will be assisting guests in learning about and applying or swatching the Clairol Root Touch-Up powder. This is a new product from the brand. If your guest does not want to apply the Root Touch-Up to their hair, we have demo cards available to see color swatches. We'll also be providing in-depth education on the Clairol Root Touch-Up powder and provide application tips for each guest so they can apply this successfully at home. Overall, we want to provide a premium and engaging experience for all guests in beauty. Your event sales goal is to sell at least 20 total event products in any variation of colors or shades. While this sales goal should be in the back of your mind during the event, please keep in mind that this is your personal event sales goal and you should not share this information with any guests or your beauty concierge in store. So keeping that 20 total plus sales goal in mind, during the event, it'll be important to keep a personal tally of how many products you're adding to each guest basket and count how many baskets converted to final purchase. This simply means how many guests left beauty with the featured Clairol product in their basket. Keep in mind that we do total up final sales per location with Target, so try and keep this number as accurate as possible. Even if you didn't hit your sales goal, that's okay. You will be asked to record this number in your event report once the event is over. Inviting a guest into a consultation is one of the most important steps in creating a successful event. This is because guests probably won't know who you are or what the event is when they come into store. They will most likely be in a hurry and they might be shy or intimidated by the demo footprint. So that's why I want to encourage guests into the consultation by using a strong invite. An invite simply tells the guests what they can expect if they step into a consultation with you. It should be intriguing and short. We came up with 3 example invites you can use here. Feel free to use them word for word, tailor them to your own taste, or come up with your own. So our first example is, I can show you how to instantly cover up your roots in seconds with a new product from Clairol. Come check it out for free. Or during those times between salon visits, it can be frustrating to have roots appear. Let me show you how to cover up those roots in seconds. Or how often do you color your hair and touch up your roots? I have an easy solution for covering up roots instantly. Once you've intrigued a guest into a consultation, it's time to start the demo. So go ahead and invite the guest into the demo footprint and use open-ended questions to discover the guest's color needs and their history. Confirm if they're looking for a temporary or permanent fix for their roots. Our main demo product for this event is a temporary solution. And then we'll want to identify which shades will best match the guest's roots and begin the demo. So let's jump into our demo. We are demoing one product. It is the Clairol Temporary Root Touch-Up Concealing Powder. As the title gives away, this is a temporary solution to roots. So to demo this product, go ahead and sanitize your hands and identify which shade of the root powder your guest would like to try, or assist them in identifying a shade that matches their color. Next, once you've identified the shade you want to demo on your guest, grab a provided sponge and swipe it across the selected powder shade from the palette. Then hand the guest a sponge and instruct them to dab it onto their roots until they reach their desired look. They should dab it, not swipe it, as this will give a much more natural color and finish to the powder on the roots. As the guest applies their root powder, you can hold up the mirror and provide education on the product formula as well as application tips. If your guest does not want the color applied to their hair, we can use the demo cards. We'll talk more about that on the next slide. Once your guest has applied their root touch-up concealing powder, go ahead and toss that used sponge. Do not reuse this. If your guest wants more color, go ahead and grab a new sponge. And then show the guest their final root touch-up look in the mirror and encourage the guest to purchase the shade they tried. A couple sanitation reminders here: do not touch the demo powder with any hands or fingers or allow guests to, as this will contaminate the product. Always use those sponges. There is an applicator that comes with your event kit. It is a brush applicator that's used to apply the root touch-up. While this will be the tool guests use to apply the color to their hair at home, we will not be using this in aisle. We are only using our sanitary sponges. So let's say your guest does not want to apply the root touch-up powder to their roots. You can still allow them to see these shade swatches of the colors. We have demo cards or white paper strips available for these guests. So to use this, go ahead and identify which shade of the powder your guest would like to see swatched, or assist them in finding a shade that matches their color. Then swipe the provided root brush onto the powder and swipe it across the demo card to allow the guest to see the color. Do not apply this to hair. Those brushes are only for the demo card application. And please do not allow the brush bristles to touch you or your guest's hair or skin. It should only be touching the powder and the demo cards. We want to keep them as sanitary as possible. Then walk the guest through at-home application process. And once the guest has left the consultation, you can go ahead and toss that demo card. So let's learn more about our Clairol Temporary Root Touch-Up Concealing Powder. This is a temporary root cover-up that blends into existing hair color, precisely covering any roots or grays in less than 10 seconds. It's super easy to apply, as you can see on the bottom right picture. It's a lightweight powder formula and does not stain the skin or the scalp. It's also water resistant and has a natural feel, but it will wash out with shampoo. It features precision coverage that can be applied on the go, and the brush it comes with is super easy to use. Each box contains about 40 to 60 applications, which is really exciting. That will be a key selling point to alert guests of. And it's available in 6 different shades. To apply the temporary root powder at home, here are a couple tips to share with guests. These are going to be very important as we want to ensure guests know how to apply this product at home successfully. So to start, apply the powder to dry styled hair. Hold the hair flat against the head and press the powder into the root area using the provided precision root brush, as you can see on the right. The powder will instantly bind to the surface of the hair and blend away any roots or grays. And the color will last until the next shampoo. Here's an expert tip. The powder can also be used to apply brows to fill in sparse areas and match the guest color, which is a really fun key selling point. We will have one display product at this event, and it is the Clairol Permanent Root Touch-Up. So if your guest is not interested in the temporary root powder, go ahead and refer them to this product. This is a permanent root touch-up. While we're not demoing this product, you may provide education. This is a permanent color that seamlessly blends with leading shades, even salon color for 100% gray root coverage. It features a unique brush that delivers salon quality application, and the process just takes 10 minutes, and the color will last up to 3 weeks. This is the #1 root touch-up on the mass market right now, which is super exciting. And this particular product is ideal for guests looking for permanent root coverage versus the temporary root cover-up is ideal for guests looking for a temporary solution. Both are really great to use in between salon visits. So to apply the permanent root touch-up, recommend guests conduct a patch test at least 48 hours before they start their color to ensure there's no allergic reaction. Next, they'll want to mix the provided colorant and developer into the provided bottle and shake it. Next, they'll apply the color to the roots, ensuring not to miss any spots using that unique brush. You can see the application process on the right. Once the color is applied to roots, recommend guests set a timer for 10 minutes. If your guest has really stubborn grays, recommend they set a timer for 15 minutes. Once the timer is done, they can rinse with warm water until the water runs clear, and recommend they follow up with a conditioner or a deep treatment mask to add moisture back into hair. So that is all of our demo and display products at this event. Once you've gone through the complete demo experience, it's time to end the demo. Here, you want to encourage the guests to purchase the selected root powder shade they tried, and ensure the guest feels confident in applying the product at home. Also reiterate product education and why the product makes sense for them. So here we are ending the demo with, look at how seamlessly this color covers your blonde roots. I think you'll love using this product in between salon visits. I recommend purchasing this shade you applied. Remember that the color will wash out with just one shampoo. A couple key sanitation reminders here. We went over these during the demo process, but quick key reminders. Please always keep your hands sanitized during the root powder demonstrations, and always use those provided sponges to assist guests in applying the color to their roots. If they don't want the color applied to their roots, go ahead and use those demo cards and the provided applicator that comes with the box. Those are only used for swatching the shades. They will not be applied to guests' hair. We're only using the sponges. Please do not allow the demo root powder to touch you or your guest's hands or fingers. We should only be using those sponges. And again, do not allow the Clairol brush applicator to touch you or your guest's skin. It should only be used to swatch shades on the demo cards. Once the guest has added the products to their basket, or even if they don't, please thank the guests for their time with you that day and inform the guests of the Beauty Concierge program and the store hours. You can also encourage them to shop the complete Clairol hair care portfolio or check out the permanent root cover up options. Go ahead and point them in the right direction of where these products are sold in aisle. If your guest wants the Clairol permanent root touch up product, you can grab that product right off your counter and add it to their basket for them. So that is our complete demo process. Before we move into processes for after the event, we are going to review our added sales process. And this process is really going to help you add the products to the basket every consultation and help you meet your 20+ sales goal. So our added sales process stands for approach, demo, impress, and transact. We're going to go over each of these individually, starting with approach. Think about your own shopping experiences at Target. We know that guests come to Target to pick up specific items on their list, and most guests are not casually wandering around. So we touched on this during our invites, but remember that we cannot wait for guests to come to you during the event. We want to use awesome invites to get their attention. So be proactive by inviting guests into the demo footprint and greet them walking by the main racetrack, and get their attention by introducing yourself and using one of those awesome invites. Remember, guests will probably be in a rush and they might be shy, so quickly explain the event and catch their interest with confidence. Always be in front of your counter and use open body language to make yourself seem approachable, friendly, and trustworthy. The D in our added sales processes might be obvious, but it stands for demo. While we went over our demo processes already, here are quick key reminders. During the demonstrations, we want to provide each guest with a premium demonstration. Also keep in mind that if your store is experiencing high level of foot traffic, you may educate multiple guests at one time. Just be sure to give each guest some personalized time. Also, please follow all of your sanitation and demo process guidelines we went over earlier. These will also be recapped in your product guide. The I in our added sales process stands for impress. While you're demoing, you can move on to this step, which is to impress the guest about the product you're demoing. Doing this step while you're demoing will help the consultation go quickly, so you can talk to more guests and have a better chance of hitting your sales goal. During this step, this is your chance to share your knowledge with an awesome pitch. Center your pitch on the benefit to the guest. So as you're demoing, think through what problem does the product solve and what makes this product a unique and a must-have product. Make sure you're exuding passion and enthusiasm during your demonstrations, because remember, if you're not passionate about the product, your guests probably won't be either. So speaking of pitch, as part of our impress step, there are 4 elements to a great pitch. And these elements will really help your added sales process be super successful. So during the demonstration process, you want to use all of these elements. They are make it personal, state the problem and solution, demonstrate expertise, and gain agreement. We will put each of these into a consultation example, starting with make it personal. Guests are more likely to trust personal endorsements rather than advertisements or general sales pitches. So as you're demoing, talk about why you like the product or share your own personal experience. However, be careful here though, you don't want to lie. If you've never tried the Clairol Root Touch-Up Powder before, find something about it that you truly like during the demo. It could be the texture, the color, the application, etc. Be honest and share your genuine opinion. So we make it personal here by saying, I personally color my hair often, but salon visits are expensive. I like how this root powder covers my blonde roots between colorings and washes out with one shampoo. The next step in the elements of a great pitch are state the problem and the solution. Here you want to identify your guest's problem and help them understand why the Clairol powder will address their concerns and solve it. This is why open-ended questions are very important during your invite, because we want to identify what concerns the guest has and then bring it full circle during the demonstrations. So we state the problem and the solution here by saying, you mentioned you struggle with gray roots. This root powder from Clairol will seamlessly blend over grays and provide full coverage. It's a great product to use in between salon visits. We also have a permanent option as well for longer lasting results. Next is to gain agreement. At the end of the pitch, get the guest to agree with you on something small about the product. It's easiest to do this by asking them something about the demo with a positive frame of mind. So we demonstrate expertise here by saying, look at your roots in the mirror. See how your previous color is covered? I think you'll love using this in between salon visits to keep the color at your roots vibrant. During your demonstrations, it'll also be important to demonstrate your expertise. So once you know the guest problem and the solution, explain why or how the Root Touch-Up Powder will lead to the guest solution. So during demonstrations, we demonstrate expertise here by saying, this color is applied to roots using the precise brush applicator. I recommend using tapping motions like this as you apply. Don't forget to scan the entire root section for any missed sections. And the final step in our added sales process is to transact. Here, we want to encourage the guest to purchase their selected root powder shades and ensure the guest feels confident in applying the products at home for best results. Remember to be confident yet not pushy. And that is it for our added sales process. Now we're going to move into the last leg of our training and talk about how to wrap up the event. Your event ends at 4 p.m. and that's when you can begin breakdown. Please pack all of your beauty counter supplies back into your supply bin and return your beauty counter and supply kit to the designated area in Target. You can connect with your LOD or beauty concierge to confirm where this location is. Next, please toss out all of your demo products using Target's ESIM process. So what is Target's ESIM process? It's very important to know that all of our demo products cannot be thrown in the regular trash. This also includes our hand sanitizer and cleaning supplies you may have used during the event. Please do not take any remaining demo products home with you or hand them to guests. So to dispose of your open Clairol powder demo products, please ask guest services for the ESIM bags. Toss your demo products, hand sanitizer and cleaning supplies, as well as any broken items into these bags, zip it up, and then confirm where the ESIM disposal bin is located with guest services and toss those bags in there. Your tissues and sponges may be thrown in the regular trash. Once you've broken down your event, it's time to complete your in-store event report. Here we ask that you note any event highlights and feedback you have or feedback you received from guests. Please also share at least 2 top event photos. We'll talk more about that on the next slide, and please track your sales as well. As a reminder, your sales goal is 20 total event products. However, if you didn't hit your sales goal, that's okay. Be honest as you're sharing your final sales. As you're submitting photos in your event report, we ask that you submit photos that are clear and easy to view, include Target and vendor logos, follow the product guide, show the experience and guest interactions, and photos that really tell a good story. On the right are 2 great examples. Please avoid submitting photos that are blurry, dark, or fuzzy, selfies, photos of another photo, or photos that have been interrupted with shadows or fingers. Thank you in advance for sharing these photos with us. And that is it for your Clairol Root Touch-Up Beauty Spotlight training. After this, go ahead and take your Clairol Root Touch-Up Beauty Spotlight event quiz and review any questions you may have gotten wrong. And please prepare to be in store by 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, October 28th. We will see you there.